Stoic, steady voice, minimal drama. Clear emphasis, controlled and strong. Think about that. You're walking into a room full of people. Friends, coworkers, maybe even strangers. You think you're doing fine, until you hear it. A laugh, a whisper, a comment that feels like a stab disguised as sarcasm. Who does he think he is? She's not even that good. Bro, this is cringe. Your chest tightens for a second. Your heart drops. You try to stay cool, but deep inside, something shakes. Something bruises. Now imagine this. You turn around, calmly smile, and your mind whispers, "Their words can't touch me. I'm unshakable." That's the reality the Stoics lived. And today, you're going to learn exactly how. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're tired of getting thrown off by criticism, if hate comments follow you like a shadow, or if you simply want ironclad confidence, then this is the video you needed to watch today. Because we're diving deep into the Stoic way of dealing with criticism, how great thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus developed a mindset that made them basically immune to insults. And trust me, this isn't some motivational speech theory. This is practical, real-life psychology that you can apply today in your relationships, at work, online, or anywhere your confidence gets tested. So, grab your coffee, sit back, and let's start with a story. A moment that feels very familiar. A few years ago, I knew someone. Let's call him Arvin. Arvin was incredibly talented. Smart, hardworking, always the guy who stayed late, always the guy who tried to help others, always the guy with the big dreams. But he had one weakness. He couldn't handle criticism. One comment, one sarcastic joke, one friendly but not really friendly remark, and he would overthink it for hours. You know what it feels like. You hear that one negative comment and it ruins your entire day. You replay it in your head, you wonder if it's true, you wonder if people secretly don't respect you. And it doesn't even have to be a stranger. Sometimes it's your closest people. Someone says, "You're trying too hard. You're wasting your time. You'll fail anyway." And deep inside, you think, why does this hurt so much? Why can one sentence create a storm inside me? The Stoics understood this problem thousands of years ago. They believed that our real pain doesn't come from the insult. It comes from the meaning we attach to it. Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." And yet, we keep imagining the worst. We assume criticism equals failure. We assume hate equals truth. We assume judgment equals rejection. Criticism, for most people, isn't just words. It becomes a mirror we're afraid to look into. And that's where Arvin was stuck. He avoided taking risks. He avoided speaking up. He avoided trying new things, all because he was terrified someone would laugh again. If you've ever silenced yourself because you feared being judged, this is the point where the story hits home. Because this is where most of us live, where we operate from fear instead of power. Until something happens, something that forces a turning point. One day, Arvin was working on a big presentation. He poured his heart into it, stayed up all night, practiced in front of the mirror, rewrote every slide 100 times. When the day came, he walked onto the stage, nervous but hopeful. He finished the presentation. People clapped. He felt good. Then, afterwards, someone from the audience came up to him and said, "Your presentation was too dramatic, not very professional, honestly, kind of cringe." He froze. That single sentence erased all the applause in his mind. He went home feeling destroyed. He was ready to quit the project, quit the company, maybe quit his dreams. But then, While mindlessly scrolling on his phone, he stumbled on a quote from Marcus Aurelius. "If someone can prove me wrong and show me my mistake, I will gladly change. But if they're criticizing without reason, their opinion is none of my concern." Something clicked. For the first time ever, he asked himself, why am I giving strangers the power to control my emotions? Why do I treat every opinion as truth? Why do I suffer more from their words than from reality? That night, Arvin had a miniature identity crisis, but it was necessary. He realized something profound, something the Stoics built their entire philosophy around. Most criticism is noise, not signal. People judge through their own insecurities, their own fears, their own projections. Epictetus said, "Remember, it is not the person who insults you that harms you, but your decision to believe them." And Arvin suddenly understood, criticism only hurts if you agree with it, only sticks if you give it permission, only controls you if you hand over the remote. This was the turning point. Not because he suddenly became confident, but because he realized confidence is a skill, not a personality trait. A skill anyone can build if they learn how to respond to criticism the Stoic way. So here's what Arvin did next, and what you can start doing right after this video. 1. He separated insults from information. Not all criticism is equal. Some is noise, some is signal. The Stoic trick is to ask, is this feedback helping me grow, or is it just someone projecting their issues? If it's useful, take it. If it's trash, drop it. 2. He stopped personalizing everything. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When someone criticizes you, they are only expressing their own mind," meaning their words reflect them, not you, their mood, their insecurities, their worldview, not your worth. 3. He created emotional distance, one of the most powerful Stoic habits. When someone says something hurtful, don't react instantly. Pause, breathe. Let their words sit on the table while you step back mentally. Ask, does this belong to me or to them? Suddenly, the emotional sting fades. You become an observer instead of a victim. And 4, he embraced the Stoic truth. No one throws stones at something that doesn't shine. People don't criticize you because you're weak. They criticize you because you're visible, because you're trying, because you're improving, because you're doing something they won't dare to do. If you're getting hate, it means you're moving. And finally, he stopped running from criticism and started using it as fuel. Every time someone doubted him, he practiced emotional resilience. Every hate comment became a rep in the mental gym. Every insult became an opportunity to sharpen his inner calm. Over time, something magical happened. The same words that used to crush him barely touched him. Because the Stoics were right. You cannot control what others say, but you can always control how you respond. That is the root of unshakable confidence. Not pretending, not faking it, but understanding deep inside that no critic has the authority to define you. Only you do. If this story resonated with you, if you're ready to build that stoic, calm, unbreakable confidence, then hit the like button, drop a subscribe, and share this with someone who takes criticism too personally. But before you go, I want to leave you with one question, a question that can genuinely change the way you see the world. What hurts you more? The criticism you hear, or the belief you attach to it? Comment your answer below. Your story might help someone else become unshakable.